What is going on, everyone? This is Sonic Mix, and today I'm here to give my review for WWE SmackDown, October the 11th, 2016. Now, before I continue onward, some of you guys might have noticed that I did not post a Raw review yesterday. Reason being was because I was actually at a midnight launch at my local GameStop for the Tomb Raider anniversary, the Gears of War 4, and the WWE 2K17 midnight launch, which I do have. Well, it's not an actual video, but I have a video of the NXT Collector's Edition that I bought, so the annotation is going to be somewhere around this video somewhere. So if you're interested to know, just click on that, and then it will point you right to the video here. Very quick recap about Raw. I thought it was in the middle of the road, okay. I think the only thing that was eyeballing interesting was that the women's match between Sasha and Charlotte will be in a Hell in a Cell, which is a first time ever. So props to those two. I thought there was one match. I thought the Jericho-Rollins match was good. And there was another match that was good, but I can't think of off the top of my head on what that match was. It was that Kofi Kingston match. It was Kofi Kingston versus, who did he fight? Was it Cesaro? Yeah, I thought that was actually pretty okay for what it was worth. But mediocre. I thought the tag team match was, once again, fine. Nothing out of this world amazing, but it was good for what it was worth. Can't really complain. So that's my quick recap, but here we go with the SmackDown. SmackDown, I thought it started out alright, but then it kind of went boring afterwards, so let's jump right into it. So the night kicked off with the Ziggler promo. I actually enjoyed this promo. I thought Ziggler was really good, sounding like this passionate champion of finally overcoming the odds. Then The Miz comes out. He cuts a really good promo here. And I think, honestly, The Miz should actually step aside out of the Intercontinental Championship picture and actually go for the WWE Championship. It's hard to believe that somebody like me would say that, but the way The Miz is going, I say give him another shot. Give him another shot at that WWE World Title. Give him one more shot at least. Then the Spirit Squad came out, which would lead into the match. It was a 2-on-1 handicap. Ziggler versus the Spirit Squad. Decent match. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Funny thing from the commentator side, from Renato, he blunders Ziggler's name. He called him, how did he say it? Daniel Ziggler. I do not want to see that hybrid if that ever came to be. I think I would want to step away from that picture for a second. And then the second thing, right at the end of the match, Ziggler super kicked Kenny, and Renato goes, "Oh my God, he killed Kenny." Somebody's been watching a lot of South Park. That was a straight up South Park reference, but I loved it. I thought that was very class act. Ziggler picks up the win. Then The Miz beats the hell out of Ziggler. And then Rhino and Heath Slater came out of nowhere to help Ziggler. And that's how the match ends. Up next, we have Carmella versus Naomi. Nothing too special out of this match. Nikki Bella came out, caused a distraction. Naomi got the rolled up with the bridge and gets the win. Typical. God, this was kind of a typical women's match. Wasn't really anything out of the ordinary good. It was just, It was just there, I guess. The Ziggler Spirit Squad match, I give it a 2.25. This, I give it a star and 3/4 at least. Up next was Chad Gable, Chad Gable, and I believe it was Jey Uso. Same thing. Decent match. I thought it was okay. Nothing really wrong. Match was short, but that was expected. I did find it kind of unique how when Jay got the roll-up, Jimmy got on the edge of the apron and used his feet to kind of push his brother Jay to give him that leverage. I thought that was a little bit unique. Kind of clever in some ways. I give it a 2.25, maybe a 2.5, being generous. I'll mention some of the backstage promos at this time. There was a backstage promo with Shane and Daniel Bryan making the announcement to pitch a proposal to Raw of having a Survivor Series traditional Raw versus SmackDown. A 5-on-5 male SmackDown versus Raw. A 5-on-5 tag team Raw versus SmackDown. And then a 5-on-5 Survivor Series traditional female Raw versus SmackDown. And as I'm listening to this, I'm expecting there's going to be a big payoff. Like the winning team gets like a main event spot at like the next pay-per-view or maybe like a future pay-per-view. But no, it's just like, yep, we're just going to throw these matches and let them go at it. I thought this was a little bit weak. I think maybe they could have had like a huge, bigger payout, but 3 Survivor Series tag team matches in one pay-per-view, I think that's a bit overkill. 2 is fine, but I think 3 is a little bit overkill, especially with 3 Hell in a Cell matches for this coming Hell in a Cell, which you got Roman versus Rusev for the U.S. title inside Hell in a Cell, Sasha versus Charlotte for the women's title inside Hell in a Cell, and Owens versus Rollins for the Universal title inside Hell in a Cell. Too much of an overkill. Way too much of an overkill. So right there, that already makes me think that this pay-per-view is probably going to flop like how last year's was, or something may surprise me. I've been surprised before. And then the second one was they're already promoting the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble is going to be in the Alamo Dome for the first time in 20 years, which can hold about 70,000 people. So they're already building this up, which they usually build it up like in December time, but they're building this up now because I think they're trying to break the record, or at least try to get that full capacity crowd. On next to the AJ promo victory speech. I thought this was a good promo. I thought Dean Ambrose was really good on the mic later on when he came out, which would then lead into a match with, well, actually, James Ellsworth came out. I actually love the little skit with AJ giving him this title, or not this title chance, but a match. Daniel Bryan came out. He then said that James Ellsworth is going to face you. Dean, you have to leave the ring, but not actually leave the ring, but you're going to be the guest referee, which would lead to James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles. This match was nothing too special. It was more of a comedy thing, which I thought there was some couple spots where I did chuckle a little bit. It was very predictable, though, that James Ellsworth was going to win. Although, I kind of have to point out something here. James Ellsworth took that Styles Clash very nasty. Because when Styles had him in the Styles Clash, he tucked his head down, which he's not supposed to do. And it looked like he went face first, if not forehead first, onto the canvas, which kind of spooked me a little bit, because I know people have botched that move by tucking their head down, and I know there was that one guy in TNA, I don't remember his name. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, leave a comment box below. But he tucked his head down, which he was not supposed to, and I guess actually his career ended like that. So that was a very scary sight. But this is more for a comedy thing, nothing too much out of the ordinary. I give it a star and 3/4, maybe a 2. And then finally the main event. This was a boring main event. And then towards the end, where the lights went out and Luke Harper was on the apron where Kane would have been, I wasn't feeling it. Very boring main event. I give it a star and a half, maybe a star and 3/4. Overall, this was a very uneventful SmackDown. That's how I felt it was. I give it a 6, maybe a 5.75. That might be the lowest, in my opinion, since the brand split. I thought Raw was the more interesting show. Of course, obviously the women's Hell in a Cell match. I mean, I don't think nothing can top that. But yeah, this is my SmackDown review. Do you agree with what I had to say? Leave a thumbs up, thumbs down, and once again, check out the video with the with me showing off the WWE 2K17 NXT edition, which also, here's the game right now that I have. Yes, WWE 2K17. Played it for a little bit. I'm going to get more into it tonight. But until then, I'm going to play some more WWE 2K17. You guys have a good night, and I will see you guys later.